So we're going to look at some apps. There are some apps that are available in the cloud. So these apps are connected to your email, and there are several of them with various functions. Now imagine yourself in a situation where you find yourself in a place and you are with a system, but that system does not have Microsoft Word, So that means you want to type like a document, you will be unable to do that. Or you want to create a presentation, but maybe you just got the system or unknown to you that there is no Microsoft PowerPoint in that system. And so at that level, you will just be stranded. You just be like, what will I do? These cloud apps is to eliminate such problems. Whenever you have a system, in fact, if you don't have an email address, you can create it on the spot. Just hotspot your system and create an email address, or you log into your existing email address, then you'll be able to use some of these apps. So these apps are in the cloud. They are cloud applications. So the first one is when you are using Gmail account, you will see the one they call Docs. Docs is for Microsoft Word. Microsoft is owned by Microsoft Corporation, and Gmail is owned by Google. So Gmail, of course, will not be able to call its own Microsoft because there's what they call patent rights. So that is why Gmail calls its own Docs. So Docs is like Microsoft Word. And then it has another one, they call it Slides, which represents the Microsoft PowerPoint. And then lastly, there's the one that is called Sheets, which represents the Microsoft Excel. Now, all of these apps and others are inside your Gmail app, which is in the cloud, so cloud app. Now, if you want to access it, how do you access the Docs to create a document if you find yourself with a system that does not have Microsoft Word? Doc to create a document when I pick a system that does not have Microsoft Word, or Slides to create presentation when I see a system that does not have PowerPoint, or Sheet to create Microsoft Excel document when I see a system that does not have all of these applications. So it's simple. The first thing is open your Gmail. I am also going to demonstrate it for you or to you using Hotmail. So now open your Gmail and then come to this place. You see this plenty dot, they call it Google Apps. So click on the Google Apps and then you scroll down. Of course, you can already see Slides, you can see Sheets, then you can see Docs. This is for document, this is Slides for presentation, this is Sheet. All of this will give you very, very professional versions. So let's click on Docs, for example. It automatically opens in a new tab. Then you see blank document. So click on the blank document and then it opens up. So this is it. So you start creating your document. Let me just say application letter. I hereby write to apply for the position of a computer trainer in your reputable organization. So you are there. You can highlight the way you highlight. This is to increase the size. This plus, as we are clicking, is increasing. See, it's increasing, it's becoming bigger, highlight. This is your bold, you know the function of bold. This is underline, if you want to underline it, you know. And then, so you see all the features are here, which you can actually go ahead and use. Now, let me tell you the most interesting aspect of this, or one of the most interesting thing, is that any document you create like this, you can share it with somebody. You know, maybe you are having a problem and you need somebody to rectify it inside the document. You just come up here, you can see share. That is after you prepare whatever. You know, just come up here to this share, click this icon. You can copy the link. Click on that link that I drop. You discover that you'll be able to have access to this document that I just created. And so this is one of the things that make office work very, very seamless. You are working as a team, you know, 3, 4, 5 persons can be working on the same document. This person making input, the other one reviewing to make sure there are no errors, you know. So that is it. It helps teaming work. The same thing is applicable to PowerPoint and Excel. You know Excel, where you do calculation. You are calculating and the calculation is not calculating. You can call your superior and say, oh boy, there's something I'm doing, but the formula is not adding up. Just share the link, you know, with that person, and then the person correct. So that is it. Now that you are done with this, if you look up here, you see untitled document. You should actually do this before typing. You have not given it a name, so you can just click here, this untitled document. Okay, so it has actually picked this heading, application letter. So fine, I'm okay with that. And so once you are done, you come and you want to see that stuff that you created, just go to the same Google Apps, then come to your docs and click on it, right? It opens up, and then you see it here. These are other documents I've created. So, but this is the one I just created now, application letter. Click on it, and you see that it opens. All right, so that is it. The same thing goes for PowerPoint, which is slide. So I said similar way for slide, which is for presentation. Just click your Google app, you click slides, and then blank presentation, which is always the beginning, and then hello folks, you're welcome young man, let's start creating. This is trying to come up so that you can pick a design. Let it come up, let it come up, let it come up. Okay, so whatever template you like, you can actually pick it up. Infographic, I don't even know whether I like any of these ones, but in the meantime I can close if I don't see what I like. I can just start. So you can see, again, you give it a title. Let's say mine the defense. This is how they spell the defense. I think it's like that. So if not, you correct it. So this is the name, my defense. So here now you start creating, you know, the importance of Google Apps. So this is your presentation. Of course, the same way everything you can do there, you do it here. You can apply color, you know. You also create something, and then you can also share. Remember that you can always share with people, and then, you know, here now you can put the email of the person you want to share with. This is Fred. Just put this email. It will send it to this person. Type a message, send. So the same thing is what you do for Sheet, which is Excel. But beautifully, we also have Hotmail or Outlook, which is owned by Microsoft. I'll show you something very beautiful right now. So Hotmail is just like Gmail. If you don't have a Hotmail account, you should create one. because when you go to Hotmail, you will see Microsoft Word as Microsoft Word. You will see PowerPoint as PowerPoint. You will see Excel as Excel. Why? Hotmail Outlook is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft is the owner of this. And by the time I open it for you now, you will discover that the way this is Microsoft Word, and I am using the latest version, which is Office 365. Once you are online, it's the same Office 365 they will give you access to. And you will discover that the screen is exactly like this one. So unlike the Google owned the screen is not exactly like this because of patent right issue. And so Hotmail is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft is the owner of Microsoft Word. So when you go there, you see it exactly. Now, this is where you see the app, the Microsoft app. So you click here, you see all the apps. You see Word. If you are familiar to Word, this is how it is. You're familiar to Excel, this is how it is. This is PowerPoint. So I can click on Word and then see it. So you can see the way this is. You say create blank document. Create blank document. You click. If you already have a Microsoft Word file you created somewhere, you can open it. So you click on the document. It's going to open. You can see this is Microsoft Word. Bam. You see every goddamn thing is same. See all the menu, files, home, insert, layout, everything, you know, everything is same. So if you really want to use Microsoft Word as it is better you have a Hotmail or Outlook account where you can actually use that Microsoft Word. The Microsoft Word you will see in the Outlook or Hotmail is the latest version, and you are using it for free. The latest version, you are using it for free. If it is Microsoft Excel, like this is Excel, you click on it, it's opening it as a real Excel. Now, you need to understand that anything you create with these apps, they are going to remain inside that email. For example, this is my email. You know, I know this email that I opened before I came here. So anytime I want to access anything I create now, all I need to do is to log into that email, go to the apps. I'm going to see all the files, you know, and then I'm going to access them. You can equally share. If you look here now, you see share. The same way you share in Hotmail, if you in Gmail is similar to Hotmail. You can copy the link and send. The person will be able to view this and see whatever it is. If you don't want them to modify it, when you are sending, you can say that you don't want anybody to modify or whatever, but they'll be able to copy it out and all of that. So this is how you can use Google apps or Hotmail apps. These apps are connected to your email. Now, lastly, let's go back to our Gmail. In your Gmail, that place you see your Google app, you can see this Meet. This is where you schedule meetings. Contact. This place, this is contact. Now, anytime you save a phone number into this your Gmail, you click on the contact, then you will see all the contact. You know, so these are the contacts, you can see all the contacts. So you see all the contacts that are connected to that email. From here, you can add contact, create contact. And once you create that contact, any email that the phone number is inside that contact. You can see it here. If you delete it here, it disappears from your phone. You know, if you add it there, it appears in your phone. So these are the documents These are the Google app and the cloud apps that I just want to show you in this lecture. By next class, we'll be looking at other things, especially like creating a form. Microsoft seem to be more advanced in creating forms. So before next class, make sure you have a Microsoft account.